Welcome to a Little Tom Foolery, Rob Little and Tommy Ryman. A podcast filled with laughs and gaffs, guffaws and haws, and maybe a picture of a dog. A little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery. A little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery. Fools!
What up, fools, and welcome to a Little Tom Foolery. I'm your host, Rob Little, and with me, as always, is our returning guest and other host, Tommy Ryman. Good morning, good day, and good evening, Tommy. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. It's so good to be here on a Little Tom Foolery, my favorite podcast. And I just wanted to thank you for being able to clear your schedule and be back on the podcast again.
I literally took a couple things off just to be with you, so I'm happy to see you, buddy. It's good to be back.
Okay.
So who are we sponsored by today, Tommy?
Well, I would like to thank our sponsor, Cactus and Quill, a greeting card company. You can find them on Etsy. They're absolutely wonderful. Make all your thank you cards. Get them from Cactus and Quill.
They're great. I actually sent one to a buddy for sending me one of my favorite gifts, and I hope you got it, Tommy. So we have had a crazy week where we went live with everything, our website, our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, our YouTube page, so people can know all about these now. We've been shooting some to try to get them in the bank so everybody could see them, and we are officially live. We own all of our rights, and we're
a podcast.
We're a legitimate podcast. We're even on all the Spotify and wherever you find your podcast. So we're very excited about this. And so we've been working hard on that, and we've also had a crazy week. So what was going on with you? I was watching your Facebook, and you went hiking or something?
Yeah, I was in Utah at Wise Guys Comedy Club in Ogden, Utah. It was beautiful. And I wanted to go hiking, so I looked up hikes, and there was supposed to be a waterfall. So I went to hike and find the waterfall. I didn't find the waterfall, Rob, but hiked a long time, and I wasn't wearing proper hiking attire, and it just kept going up and up and up, and it said it was the loop, but it didn't feel like a loop to me. It felt, so, but once I walked by like one skeleton, I was like, ooh, I should probably turn back.
Oh,
right. And so,
were you with me that time when we were in Syracuse, and we were hiking with Steven Rogers? Was that you? And
no, but I did see those because you almost fell, right?
I did fall.
Oh,
we were by a waterfall, and I wanted to get like a cool picture within, like we were right at the top of it before the waterfall goes over, and I stepped out into it to I thought we'd get a cool picture, and I slipped, fell on my back, and when I looked to my right, I was literally looking over the waterfall. There was no way I would have lived. No way. It was about a 4 or 5 story drop and all rocks at the bottom. Dude, that scared so be thankful you didn't find the waterfall and do something stupid like I did.
I thought you were just bragging. Did Steven Rogers save you? He's a very funny comedian, by the way, Steven Rogers. So I'm sure he's
not a Captain America, I'll tell you that, because he didn't save me for nothing. I look back at him, and his mouth is agape, and he's just freaking out. I'm like, dude, you didn't even make an attempt to save me. And he's like, I just couldn't believe you were falling. And I was like, dude, it was horrible. It was so scary. And then I was really sore, and we kept hiking. We just kept going after that. So what ended up happening? So you followed this hike and it went nowhere, and you got out?
I turned back because I was like, I want a sandwich. And so I just walked back.
How was the weather, though? Because I was just there the week before you, and it was freezing the whole time.
That day was 80 degrees. It was a beautiful weekend there. So
that's awesome. How was the club? This is a club we both have never played, and you just played it.
Yeah, it was my first time there, and we only had 2 shows, and they both sold out. And I had a couple drive an hour and a half to see me, so that was I want to thank them if they're listening. That was super sweet of you to make the drive. I wouldn't have done it myself, but
that's always a cool feeling when people do that kind of stuff, man. And to us, it's we don't think nothing we're like, oh, we don't think much of ourselves. Like we wouldn't drive that far to see us. But when people do it, it's like such a cool feeling. And it makes you go, we're doing something more than just doing comedy to make ourselves feel good. We're really helping a lot of other people out. And it's such a cool feeling, man.
No, it was fun.
So you did the 2 shows, and did the owner come out or no?
No, Keith wasn't there. His wife was at that club.
Okay.
So,
and how was she?
She's the owner. She's super nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
they're both
man.
really cool. And then the big thing today in my family is it's my sister's birthday. So I just want to give her a shout out. My sister Annie. Yeah.
She older or younger?
She's older, but she's my little sister because she's smaller than me.
She is tiny. If you go to our website, there's a picture of all 3 of us on littletomfoolery.com. And she's the little blonde, and I think I'm in the middle, and you're on my other side, and she's adorable. And we don't need to say what birthday it is for her, but are you doing anything special for her? Did you get her anything?
Yes, I got her a gift, and we're gonna go to my brother-in-law's food truck. We're gonna go.
Food truck?
Yeah, my brother-in-law's brother owns a food truck.
What?
A taco food truck. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. Her husband?
Yeah, her husband. It's his brother owns it, Jonathan. And
it's his brother. So it isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not Annie's husband, but still, there's 3rd-degree separation.
Oh yeah, yep. Food truck. Family.
Oh my God, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good.
Does he ever just come park in front of your house? Because that would be pretty cool.
No, I wish they park. They're down in Burnsville, but they got a really good spot right off the freeway, and it's delicious.
Oh my God! Well, you have to get him as a sponsor, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just be crunching on tacos all through the podcast.
What is he known for? Like, is he obviously said Mexican food, but is there like a dish where everybody's like, you gotta get this?
Yeah, like it's a bunch, but there's a sandwich, and I'm forgetting the name of it, but they do a really good sandwich type, like Mexican sandwich, and then all your traditional, like the tacos are amazing. It's all awesome. Fantastic.
Now, has he got a Spanish background?
Yeah, they're from Mexico City.
So it's good. It's good then.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. Didn't you? I keep thinking it's you and me every time. We went to like a couple different food truck, like malls or something, where it was just like food trucks everywhere lining the city. I think we did one of those, like,
maybe I've been to stuff like that where it's multiple, but I don't remember it with you. You've only taken me on the road one time.
You're such a dork. I've just done them so many times that I just always assume you're with me when I'm eating, but I don't really pay attention. I remember the food, but I don't remember the people.
Yeah. Food trucks are amazing. Like, I like that Food Truck Wars TV show too. Have you ever watched that?
No.
Where they each give it a food truck, and then they go to different cities. They have to sell a certain amount. So it's really cool. So they're all competing.
Now, is this another reality show we should think about joining?
I mean, I think we would be good on that one because you don't have to jump out of a plane. We just have to come up with a cool food item to sell out of a truck.
Well, I don't know how good we'd be because you'd be cooking and I'd be sitting out eating the whole time.
Yeah, sampling. Just say you're sampling. And
I'm a heavy sampler.
Like, Rob and Tommy, and how much did you sell? Like, we sold out, but we did not get any money. But all the food is gone. And Rob is napping right now.
Taking a siesta.
Yeah.
I would like to. I got new tools today.
Cool.
I know it. I get a little giddy about them because I'm making this new table. I think we talked about it on an earlier podcast, and I want to do like something creative around the edges of the table. So I want to make these dovetail connections where the wood kind of interlaces. Inside itself, and I want to use this router, but I didn't have a router table and I couldn't do it by hand. Well, I have a guy, I don't mean to sound bougie, but in the tool world, I have my own wholesaler that drove to my house today. A couple of the neighbor dudes came over because he brings a ton of tools with him, and because he sells them wholesale. So he brought a bunch of stuff that I wanted, and actually a bunch of things I didn't even know I wanted. And I was like, I don't got that. I'll take it. Because it's like pennies on the dollar for what you'd pay at like Home Depot or something.
Oh, that's awesome. That's like That sounds like one of those parties that like
Yeah.
like kitchen parties or whatever. Like I've never heard.
Yeah.
But this was like
Tupperware party
Kyle's,
for the ladies.
Tom's trucks tools from the back of his truck. I come and then
Yeah.
you guys all sit in a circle and try your tools together. You and
I
your
didn't even
neighbors?
open them yet. I just threw them all because I had so much to do today. I just threw them all in my garage, but I got a new router table. I got these electric like scissors that can cut metal and like
Wow.
chicken wire and all this stuff. And then I got an electric stapler. That's my stapler. And I got some stands that like if you're like using a planer where you run wood through, they're like they hold the wood up at the same level, so you don't have to run around to the other side and grab it. And
When you get a new tool, do you have to just come up with another project just so you can use that tool?
I kind of like to do that,
Right? Because you're like, well, I got to use it now. I need to
Yeah.
cut metal with my electric scissors.
yeah, that and stapling stuff and just
Yeah.
holding stuff up. Yeah. Oh, Andy gave me these new misters for my pergola.
Oh, cool.
So now in the winter, in the summer when it's really hot, I got
Yeah.
misters all the way around it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That's
And he
super
also he didn't give it to me yet, but he said he'd bring it because I'm doing a show down by him next week. That a booster, like if it's not powerful enough, he'll give me this booster that shoots the water out even more.
Oh, can you put Gatorade in that or some kind of pop, Diet Coke?
There's no reason why I couldn't. No reason. I think it just hooks up to my my hose though. Yeah, so
That's so cool. That'll be so like nice and refreshing. God,
yeah.
your place is amazing.
And I found I was all over Facebook Marketplace this week. Do you ever go on that?
Yeah, I take a look.
Oh, it's like the best rummage sale ever. You don't have to go to anybody's looking through all their stupid crap. You just find what you want, right? So I was on there and I found more of those big lures that I like for my pergola to hang from it.
Oh, cool.
You know what I'm talking? They're like 2 feet long and they look like real lures, but they're decorative. I found like 2 more of those online for these people didn't know what they had because these things are usually $160. I got them for $20.
Wow.
I know it. They just wanted to get rid of stuff. I goes, yeah, I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, you don't want to act too excited. You know how to play the game.
Yeah, in my head, I'm doing jumping jacks. And so that was really cool. And then today, man, I don't know if we talked about this before. My neuroma came back. Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Neuroma is like a vein in the bottom of your foot, swollen. It's swelled up. So it really hurts to walk on it. It almost makes your foot numb. And they have to put a shot right into it.
Oh, no.
And it like numbs it up even more, but it basically subsides it. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Sure. That sounds good. Sounds medical.
It takes the swelling away and then your foot feels amazing after that. But it was like really starting to hurt me again. I don't know what is going on with my feet. Just this one foot is killing me.
Weird.
I know it.
So you got the shot or you have to go get that done?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got it before this today. So what the most embarrassing thing is when you go to these things, it's not anything to do with your like the pain in your foot or any of that stuff. It's when you have to take your sock off and you got fuzz all over your feet because it's 100 degrees down here and you're sweating. And so so I'm like, and I apparently just bought some new socks. I don't know when the fuzz ever ends on these stupid things. But you take it off and there's fuzz all over the guy's, like his lab room or whatever. The nurse comes in and I goes, I just want to apologize. And she goes, what? I said, over there. And she looks and she's like, oh my God, did you get new socks? I goes, no, I've had these for a while. I don't know what's going on. There's fuzz. She goes, don't worry about it. If that's all I got to vacuum after you leave, that's nothing.
Whoa.
Most people have to get done.
Yeah. Just some fuzz. That sounds fun. Like it's like a little party in your like
let's go
here you go,
with that.
doctor. Whee!
It was so embarrassing though. And he goes, Oh God, that's nothing I have to do. The stuff he normally does for you, I thought foot doctors have to do like crazy, like always medical procedures, right? You know what
Mhm.
their number one thing he has to do? He said, clip
Planners.
toenails. Clip
What?
toenails for old people
Oh, okay.
because they can't get down or they can't reach them or
Yeah,
something.
and then they'd get. So that must be that. So that's his.
That
So he
is,
says he's a doctor, but he's just really just a toenail clipper. That's
yeah.
interesting.
So here's my thought. Why don't we invent a tool that you could sit upright and be able to reach your toes and like clip them?
The super duper long toenail
Yeah.
clipper.
Basically a
By
back scratcher, but a toenail clipper
for
for
t-
your.
yeah, and then you grasp the hand. I mean, we'd do it on Shark Tank. That doctor's gonna come after you though. He's gonna be like, "That's my livelihood. I'm the toenail clipper of the people that can't reach their toenails."
We sell the product to him. He sells them to all of his patients.
Oh, there we go. Now
We're
we
the
got it.
see. I don't know. I think there's something there, man.
Yeah, I would
For
use your new tools. Come up with the thing. I'll
yeah,
just I'll write
the
the
wire cutter.
yeah.
Oh my God. I just thought that when he said that, I was like, that's sad, man. But that's what you get older and you can't reach them and you got to do that. I'm not
But
looking forward to
there's
that.
other ways to get around it. Like I would just turn a sander on, put my foot right up against that. Boom, got him. You know, you don't need like the people that are going to see him. I feel like they have they've given up. There's other ways to get those nails down without having to go to somebody. You just garbage disposal. Just kind of gently put your toes in there.
Oh yeah. That is
Don't
a
do
good
that.
idea.
By warning, that is not a real thing.
Let me ask you
Please
this.
don't put your foot in a garbage disposal.
Are your feet ticklish?
My feet are a little ticklish, yes.
Mine are crazy ticklish, especially because he said, "Oh, you got a bit of a callus right here. Let me just go ahead and take care of that." And so he pulls out this drill, which I get excited about at first, but then I'm like, "Wait a minute, he's using that on me." And he just kind of rubs it on the callus. Dude, on my foot, I look like I'm having a seizure. I'm going crazy. And he's like trying to hold me still. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. And I'm laughing, but also like scared at the same time. So I didn't know what to do. And I just felt like an idiot. But he was like, people do it all the time here. This is nothing.
He was so nice to you. I'm sure when you left, he talked to the nurse and was like, that fuzzy, giggly guy. That was the weirdest 20 minutes of my life. But at least
Yeah.
with his toenails.
Yeah, right. At least I had him clipped before I came in.
That's funny. Yeah, it's hard if you're ticklish and you can't control it's gonna happen.
Right.
You can't not be ticklish.
So we didn't talk about this yet. Mother's Day's coming up.
Oh yeah. Are you excited?
I am gonna
you
be
look-
home. I'm gonna be
you're-
home with my
yeah, 'cause
mom.
you're doing you're back to Michigan.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be up there already. And normally I like doing surprises, but this year we're just going. I tried making reservations. Nobody will do reservations because of COVID. I got her card. I don't know if she'll listen to this, but she'll know eventually. Anyway, I ordered her flowers, and me and my nephew are gonna take her out to dinner.
Cool.
And then
Yeah.
and I haven't told her this, but I'm crashing on her couch that night.
Oh, fun.
So I got nowhere else to go.
But just like you'll be like, this is what I did when I was little. It's recreating it for her.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's Brady, your nephew, right?
My nephew Brady. You know what he does when he spends the night at my mom's house? He takes her bed and she sleeps out on her chair. And I'm like,
what?
the hell you doing, dude? You can't be doing that to grandma. She goes, I don't, my mom, she's just, well, whatever makes everybody happy, I'll do it. And
That's weird. Yeah.
I
that's
told him,
rude.
don't be doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, you said that. He should stand up. He shouldn't even be asleep. He should be protecting the house. He should patrol it. Well,
Right.
Well, she's
Him and
asleep.
her poor little Shih Tzu out there guarding the glass door.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, I talked to my mom, and it's kind of overlapping with my sister's birthday weekend, but I think just my mom and I are going to go to a Minnesota Twins game. I'm going to take her to the baseball game, and and get some snacks and have an afternoon. So I think that should be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool. Does your mom like going to the baseball games?
Yeah. Well, I mean, her favorite thing is spending time with her favorite son. So no matter what we do, but we thought that would be fun. But yeah, she likes the Twins, and I know she's so new agey. So you're like, what? Just sports? But yeah, she
No, I'm
was
more like you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'm a natural athlete. For the people listening, I am very large. If you haven't seen me, I weigh about 240 pounds, and I did play a little pro football. I met Rob and at some kind of racket club. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm extremely athletic. So makes no sense why he's saying.
Well, I can prove we went to the Field of Dreams, which there's a picture of that on our website at littletomfoolery.com under pictures, where we ran the bases and we played a magical game between you and me. And I remember demolishing you at that game.
The imaginary game?
Yeah.
Well, probably because you're you're like, oh, I hit a triple home run. I was like, that doesn't even exist.
Well, I guess my imagination's stronger
It's
baseball
no
player
fair.
than yours.
You're like, I have Kevin Costner on my team. Like you called Kevin Costner even before I could. I was like, what? No.
So dumb.
But yeah, no, I love baseball. I'm excited. I haven't been to a game in over a year, so this will be the first one back outside.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would like to point this out too, since you brought up your mother. She, if you're just joining us and you're just starting to listen to our podcast, she is the creator of our theme song for our podcast. So
yeah,
A Little Tom Foolery is by Tommy's mom. So we'll have to put you know what? I'm going to start putting credits on that too.
all right.
I'll add that to it.
Barb Ryman.
Yep.
She's great.
Barb.
Well, those will be some fun Mother's Days that we're going to have.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So since we were talking about this being our new podcast, we didn't mention, a lot of times, a lot of people don't know this, but it's not free to do a podcast. You got to pay, get all the gear, our headphones, our mics are super expensive. Having our computers and then hosting it and putting it up on, different audio sites and all the visual sites, and it's not for anybody basically, and even though there's millions of people out there doing it, but but we have set up our Patreon account. Excuse me, if you don't know what Patreon account, it's basically a subscription service where people can support their favorite artists and with a fee, and we set up some cool. I'm pretty excited about these. I thought they sounded really fun. And if you don't mind, Tommy, I'll read through them really quick and give people an idea what they can do.
Yeah, get the promos they'll get if they join the Patreon.
Okay, so if you go to our website, littletomfoolery.com, and you click on our Patreon, it will take you to our site. Now we have 4 levels of subscription services. Now you don't have to join these, but for us, it really helps us out a lot, and it keeps the lights on and it keeps us producing this content for you guys, and hopefully you'll want to help us. So our first is it's called Little Tom Foolery. So we have 4 levels of fools you can be. We got first the cool fool, and that you'll get signed headshots from Tommy and I, and you'll also get shout outs. So when we do a new podcast, we'll give you a shout out, like, hey, we'd like to give a shout out to Tommy Ryman for being one of our cool fools.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. So that's the first level of it. And it's a $5 a month. Then the next level is our awesome fools. That's $10. And if you join that, you will get us, again, you'll get the shout out, the headshots. You'll get to subject ideas for the podcast. So if you give us some ideas, we'll go ahead and discuss them, and they'll be sponsored by you for that week or for that podcast. And you'll also, this one I think we both love, is that you'll get to send in a picture of your pet, and your pet will become the pet of the week on our podcast, and we'll put the picture up and people will be able to see that on YouTube. So that's we'll also post it on our social media pages too as the pet of the week. That's being an awesome fool. Then the next level is outstanding fool, and that's for $25.
Ooh.
And sure, there's the cool and the awesome fools, but you're an outstanding fool, and that is $25. And again, you'll get the shout outs, the headshots. So you get to send us ideas. Well, you will have a pet of the week, and you will get to be a guest on our show. You get to be a guest, and we will talk about whatever you'd like to talk about, and you'll get to chime in on anything we're talking about. And if we think you're dumb, we'll make fun of you, and if we don't, we'll make you be awesome. But either way, it's going to be fun, and you get to be a part of it. And then forever and ever, it'll be up posted on our all of our podcasts, wherever you get a podcast, and it'll also be displayed on our YouTube. Little Tom Foolery page. But with those 3 levels, you think those would be enough, but there's people out there that really love Tommy and I. They'll drive an hour and a half to be one of our fans, and we have several of them. I have guys who do things I can't even believe they do, and they just are just so happy to promote us and be a part of us, and because they love what we do. And if you are one of those people, you are a supreme fool. And that means you are subscribing to the $50 club. Now, again, you get all of that stuff I've already said. You get the shout outs, the headshots, you get to send in topics. Your pet will be pet of the week. You get to be a guest on the show. But then you also get 2 tickets to any future stand-up show of either host of your liking, Tommy or myself. You'll get the meet and greet, and you'll get any of our merch there. So we will hook you up and with free tickets, free merch, and the meet and greet, which, you know, not everybody gets for something like that. And this is a lot of stuff. So we understand if you can't be a supreme fool, only the chosen few really get to be that. Right. But you get to be it if you want to. So we are available with those 4 subscription services. We appreciate any amount. We thank you very much. And we can keep the lights on if you guys help us out with that. So there we go, Tommy. There's our levels of Patreon.
Awesome. Well, yeah, go ahead and join that if you can. And I think it's some great benefits. So that's great. Can I do the dog of the week so people kind of know what it would be like when they see their pet? So this, I've got the brand new puppy. That's why I'm a little tired too. I was up at 3:30 in this morning.
Oh boy.
With this guy, her. Let's see. I'm going to share. Boom. There she is. This is what I look at most days. It's almost 25 pounds. She keeps growing. And then I want to try to share this video, and then I'll describe it for the listeners. It's real short. But I don't know how smart of a dog I got, because we have these little vines on our deck, and we had the little one. She just grabbed one and then thought she could just walk off, but she just got stuck and attached to the vine. So,
that's cute.
Yeah, so she's doing cute puppy stuff, and then she just. I was talking to her.
Who's that watching her?
That's Olive. That's the grandma Olive. She's 8 years old, and she was like, "Look at this dumb dog."
Yeah, I was just gonna say she's looking at him like he's an idiot.
Yeah. So
if you're listening to this, the dog is walking around on their deck trying to pull a vine. You can't pull it, but the other dog's just staring at him. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'll have the video up on our Instagram or Facebook page too, so you can take a look there, or you can watch the YouTube. But those are the dogs of the week, and that could be your dog if you submit a picture of your dog or for the Patreon.
Right. And I think it's time, Tommy. It's time.
This is my favorite part of the show.
A little history with Rob Little. Yeah. We got to come up with a little intro there.
I know you need a theme song, but I'm ready to learn. That's what I'm excited.
Okay.
To learn on this.
All right. Okay, sure. There's a lot of things that happen in history every week, and a lot of it is when you go to these history sites, a lot of it's negative or death and destruction and stuff. We're going to focus only on comedy-related things, and maybe things that are related to what's going on in our history now. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I get to it. But this week in history, 1966, Johnny Carson saves Twister, the game. Now that game, the game wasn't selling very well, and they were about to pull it, but Johnny played it on the Tonight Show with Eva Garber. Garber. Oh my God, I know the old people are gonna think I'm an idiot. Eva Gabor. She was on TV's Green Acres. The next day, people were lined up to buy this.
Wow.
They thought it was too risque to sell in stores, but they ended up selling over 3 million of them in 1 year. And the original name was going to be called Pretzel instead of Twister, but it was already being used by a dog's toy, so they had to change it. Obviously, this week we already passed. I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
I just say it's a classic. I play Twister every night, usually by myself, but it's Megan just watches.
Nice. So this week also is we've already passed it, but May the 4th be with you. A lot of Star Wars fans like May 4th. Also today we are doing Cinco de Mayo, big party day for a lot of people, and a lot of people get drunk on this day. Tommy and I will not. We're not big drinkers. But a lot of people don't know what the real history is with Cinco de Mayo. The Mexican army actually defeated the French army when the French army was actually much larger than the Mexican army. There's 8,000 troops in the French army, and the Mexican only had 4,000 troops. Oh, wow. And they defeated them. And that was in 1 day. And then, however, the French tried to rally up, but the U.S. backed the Mexican army, and we totally drove France out of there. And that's how we helped out Mexico. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was during that was right after the American Civil War. So I was a little confused. Sorry about that. Anyways, so also this week in history, the Big Mac was created. It was actually created by a Pittsburgh McDonald's franchise, and they were calling it the Aristocrat or the Blue Ribbon Burger, but those didn't really pass in marketing, so they ended up coming up with a Big Mac, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
This one I just wanted to bring up because I feel like we both will remember this. It was a big thing in our recent history. Do you remember who Michael Fay is?
No.
He was a kid in Singapore, got caught spray painting cars and other vandalism, and he got caned.
Yep, I do remember this. That was a big thing because they weren't sure if they were gonna do the punishment or not, and they went through with it.
Yeah, he got 4 lashes of the rattan rod or rattan rod, R-A-T-T-A-N.
Ouch.
And to me, it's like, good. That's all he got. What's the big deal? We got spanked growing up for doing worse. I mean, I don't know. I'm old school, I guess, and I feel like he deserved it. He's lucky that's all that happened. Moving on. Bob Hope's. I noticed there was nothing coming from Tommy, so I moved on.
I got scared.
This week in history, Bob Hope did his very first USO show. It was held at March Field in California. A lot of people don't know this. When you do USO shows, they don't necessarily mean you're going overseas. Because I've done a bunch of them around the States, and I didn't go overseas once for any of them. But we did. They were still for the military. And
they're still there.
So he did that in 1941, which is pretty cool. I don't remember this happening, but I had to go back and watch the video after I saw it. Bob Goldthwait, comedian Bob Goldthwait, sets Jay Leno's chair on fire on the Tonight Show.
Yeah, Bobcat Gold. I heard about that. That's funny.
Okay, so he said he did it for the sweeps, and he loved Jay Leno, so he thought, oh, well, I went back and watched some videos on this. He actually got fined. He's considered a convicted arsonist now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And he just did it because he thought it was funny and it would get like a big thing for the sweeps. But Jay was super upset.
Yeah,
And
because he didn't pre-approve it. Like, so just when you just randomly light stuff on fire, I guess that could backfire.
yeah,
Literally.
he had the lighter taped to his inside of his jacket,
Wow.
and he
weird.
brought an accelerant with him, so that's why he got big trouble for that.
Wow. Huh?
Yeah. This week in 1886, Coca-Cola was invented.
Whoa. That's
Right?
cool.
I thought that was kind of interesting. Coca-Cola was invented by John S. Pemberton. He called it Epstein Brain Tonic.
Ooh.
Esteemed brain tonic, an intellectual beverage. That's what he said it was, an intellectual beverage. He was previously created an opium-free pain relief medicine to alleviate his addiction to morphine,
Whoa.
which started as a result of his wounds. Isn't that crazy? The
That is-
result was a very popular French wine cocoa, which was made from Peruvian cocoa, wine, and cola nut in 1886.
Wow. They should do a throwback of naming, put out the can that's the original title, like the of what it was called, the what did you say?
Esteemed brain tonic.
Yeah, the esteemed brain tonic. Get yourself a
an
glass.
intellectual beverage.
Yeah,
Right.
I like that. Cool.
Wow. And then obviously this week in 1914, Mother's Day was established by the U.S. Congress. So it's the second Sunday in May every year.
I feel like it was like their moms that were really pushing that, not the actual congressmen. Like I feel like their moms were like, "You're gonna do this, Timmy." Like, all right, we gotta get on.
How many things do I have to do for you before you show me some respect? You know? Yeah. I know they don't say what mother was of the congressman that goes, "Hey, we better pass this."
She is mad.
Yeah. We got some birthdays this week. Doug Henning, the old magician.
Cool.
I only added him, not necessarily because he's got anything to do with comedy, but I thought this was crazy. He sold his act to David Copperfield.
Wow. I did not know that.
He wanted to devote his time to getting transcendental. He thought everything was fake magic, and he wanted to do real magic through transcendental meditation.
Got it. That makes
but
sense.
I didn't know he sold his act to David Copperfield. That's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so some other birthdays. Sandra Bernhardt's this week. I didn't know she was born in Flint, Michigan. She is real close to where I grew up.
Cool.
3 different Saturday Night Live casts: Ashir Zamata, Aida Bryant, and Anna Gasteyer. All birthdays this week. Will Arnett, who also I think was on Saturday Night Live, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. And also one of my gods in comedy, Don Rickles. His birthday was this week.
Nice.
People who passed this week: Mo from the Three Stooges.
Oh no! From was it one of the wood boards hitting him in the head or something? Just wrong?
Yeah. I didn't read.
Was it Curly?
Didn't read how it happened. Didn't read who or how he was killed. He just died on 1975. Dom DeLuise passed away in 2009. Roy Horn, he was a German-born American magician. He is Siegfried and Roy. Roy Horn passed away in 2020.
Oh.
I didn't know that, and I do that joke about him too. And then this one, not necessarily a comedian, but from a comedy show, different strokes. Dana Plato, who was Kimberly Drummond, passed away from an overdose.
Oh no!
I know, kind of sad.
Too much intellectual drink.
Too much.
Sorry.
Too much esteemed brain tonic. But with that is your week in history with Rob Little. Thanks for listening.
Cool. We learned so much. Well, do you have any tour dates? You got your big show coming up.
I do. I have a bit. Okay, so we're going to talk about our tour dates now. I have a big one this weekend. It is back in Michigan, in my hometown, at the State Theater in Bay City, Michigan. I think it might be sold out by now. Maybe a couple tickets here and there. But that's a big one, man. It's exciting because everybody comes out, but they're only doing half full because of COVID, and it's Michigan. And then next week, right at the very beginning, I'm only mentioning this because we'll probably shoot another one next week and I can talk about the other ones. But right at the very beginning of the week, I'm doing the Villages in
Okay.
Florida. It's called Lazy Max Laughs Comedy Club in the
Wow.
Villages at the
Cool.
Old Mill Theater. So that I'm doing 3 nights there, Monday,
Wow.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we might be able to chat about that next week too.
Yeah.
What do you got coming up?
Well, this Friday, I've got a Mother's Day show at the Granada Theater in Uptown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I think that one is almost sold out, but it's me and a lot of other great comics. Wendy Mayberry, who's actually worked with Rob.
Oh yeah.
And some other fantastic people. It's called Day Drinking with Mom. Is that they're
Fun.
the people that put the show on, so they've got a lot of great comedians. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's
awesome. Tell Wendy I said hi. There's a picture of her with you and me on our page.
on
littletomfoolery.com, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But please come to our shows and always check out our websites, TommyRyman.com, RobLittle.com, to find out other tour dates. Well, you've listened to another episode of A Little Tom Foolery with your hosts, Rob Little and Tommy Ryman. I just want to thank you so much for listening, and please listen to us. Subscribe to our podcasts on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also please subscribe to our YouTube page, hit the notification so you know when a brand new episode is up if you want to see what we look like when you watch the podcast. And like Rob mentioned earlier in the episode, please join our Patreon. There's so many different levels and little bonuses that you can get, and it would help us out a lot if you would do that. And thanks again for listening. That's going to do it for us. I'm Tommy Ryman. This is Rob Little. Bye, fools.